across the country on LGBTQ plus rights. So now more than ever, we need people like Michaela Kavanaugh who are actually standing up and fighting against this wave of hate. Now, Michaela temporarily paused her filibuster to debate the anti-trans bill that she's trying to stop.
When I look at this news,
and
I start having an
after going scorched earth, she's trying a little bit of a different strategy temporarily. She's trying to level with her GOP colleagues by appealing to what's left of their sense of humanity. Let's watch.
I've been asked a lot. It's no surprise. I've been asked to do a lot of interviews nationally for remarks that I made on this floor. And I've been asked time and again, why do Republicans want this? Colleagues, Democrats, I'd like to speak to the Republicans in the room.
They are bigots.
Just the Republicans.
They are Christian.
My answer has always been,
fascist
this is not a Republican issue.
If you're not a bigot, don't go with the things the Republican Party wants you to go with, please. I beg you.
So many of you, I've served with you for 4 years. I know you. I know your families. I know your hearts.
Pretty please.
I know that you are caring, kind, and compassionate people who are here to do public service. And I am asking you to pay attention to this debate, to pay attention to this conversation. Open your hearts and your minds and think about what brought you here to begin with. What did you believe government should be? How did you believe government should function? So many of you have talked to me about government overreach time and time again, big government, inflated government, parental rights. This bill stands in opposition to the tenets that many of you have expressed to me are at the foundation of why you are here. It will not be popular to vote against this, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't. And I know many of you have voted against things that were not popular in the past. And I know that you have a heart for service, and I ask that you use that heart for service in this debate. And to those of you that are watching,
you're a moron.
Who are part of the LGBTQ community, the trans community, you are loved, you matter.
When I look at this news, I start having an anxiety attack.
You. Thank you.
When I look at this news,
so she's trying absolutely everything. Carrots, sticks, whatever it's going to take to convince these Republicans to give up on this potentially deadly piece of anti-trans legislation. And during the debate, she proved that all it takes sometimes is just one person to do what's right, and others will follow. If one person shows courage, others will too. And I say this because her Democratic colleagues didn't just stand in solidarity with her and trans youth in denouncing this bill, but one lawmaker even agreed to join Michaela in filibustering every single piece of legislation until the Republican Party agrees to pull this bill.
Wipe your ass with the Republican Party.
There will be no compromise on this particular issue.
If this bill advances, the filibuster will
Democrats,
resume. I will join it.
Unite!
With my whole heart.
We need to be a union, Democrats. We need to come together.
Every bill will be going to cloture.
This is a recycled playbook. A lot of these things were said in the 60s, 70s, and 80s about gay people.
Wipe your ass with them.
This idea that we were somehow confused. We'll grow out of it. It's just a phase. We don't know who we are.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Like, you do know who you are. You're you. Whatever you feel, that's you.
It's insulting.
I agree, bro.
And I think it's a bit dehumanizing.
The only compromise with bills like this is to just leave people alone. There is no such thing as compromise when we're talking about taking away the right to be a parent to your own child. Just leave people alone.
Yeah,
if you agree to disagree, that's
people
fine.
alone,
we
dude.
can do that. Then pull the bill, and you can do and parent the way you want to, and the rest of us can do and parent the way we want to. That's the compromise. Leave people alone. It's really easy to make medical procedures sound barbaric and awful when you're talking to people who don't understand or practice medicine. We have the same conversation when we talk about abortion. We use triggering and emotional words like murder or mutilation to describe medical procedures. But the thing is that none of us know what we're talking about.
Wow,
none of us practice medicine. So to a lot of people, it does sound barbaric. You can tell
how emotional
because
she feels.
It removes the humanity in the situation. It removes the nuance involved in really difficult private medical decisions. And that's what we're fighting for. We're fighting for people to be able to maintain their humanity. So 1 in 2,000 children are born neither boy nor girl. And a decade ago, doctors often encouraged families to pick a side, pick a sex. And you know why they stopped doing that?
Yeah, the doctors will pick.
Because gender identity is complex and doctors can get it wrong and ruin that child's life forever.
And the kid will grow up with what the doctor
but
chose.
There's a long list of biology that can come into play, and saying things in the text like such as is a dangerous way to describe this potential. And by the way, my first babysitter when I was a little kid was a hermaphrodite. So I learned from a very early age that people's biology can be very different than male or female.
Now, hermaphroditism is a dated term, but for those unaware of what she's talking about, she's referring to intersex people who are born with ambiguous genitalia. But every single one of those speeches was just incredible. Yeah. They were authentic, genuine, but most importantly, they were correct.
Joe. Are you ready? Here comes the Republican Party over here.
Dang old aforementioned antiquities pursuant to the public domain title 9.7 of the Social State Resource Code. But I tell you what, man, they're tight. Man, that good one, man. They got another one, man. What do you call the difference between them? They know, man. Tell you what, man, he gets all prettied up and then them combing his hair rolling off to the side, man. And go like, this my good side, man. Just dang old pretty sissy out like that.
In some bills, we've argued, at least so far in hearings, that 13-year-olds can't be responsible for murder because their brains aren't sufficiently formed to understand that murder is wrong, or that it's final, or that, you know, somebody will never draw another breath after you kill somebody. But here we're saying that people can have their gender changed, well, operations to attempt to change their gender.
Everyone's scared.
Everyone's scared. And maybe 10 years from now, they may not think that that was a good idea. They may have medical complications from that.
I may just never come back. I may just never come back.
God created us male and female.
Pendejo.
And it's kind of strange that when you go in for surgery to change your identity, you only get one choice.
Make pee-pee.
If you're male, your choice is to become female.
Perverts.
If you're female, your choice is to become male. But our society says we have many different genders.
Oh my God, we're going to arrest you!
But it is strange you only get to choose one when you make the choice to change.
The news and the left promotes pedophilia.
To block any amendments from coming to debate.
I'll try.
That's my prerogative in using the rules.
I need a stretch.
So if you vote for this, you vote for this. You vote for LB 574 in its purest evil form.
Oh my God.
You vote for 574 to go after the medical community, to go after parents, and to go after trans children. That's what you vote for. You can blame me for voting for it, but I can't push any of your fingers on your buttons. You vote for it, you vote for it.
Ooh.
I'm going to block anything from changing this bill. I tried to get the committee to change this bill before it came out of committee. I tried to convince the committee members that we should consider an amendment. I asked if the introducer had
How long has the stream been going, guys?
No.
This is the longest I've gone.
So now you want to compromise to assuage your guilt? No, thank you.
Becoming like a fucking monopoly. Like there's monopolies everywhere, and then they start bribing politicians, and it becomes legal to just like give money and shit, and like corrupt people and lobbying, and you know, once it gets to that point, no. Like you gotta heavily regulate capitalism, or it will destroy itself. It's a self-destroying system, like most systems are.